Right? How many times have we been like, I'm including you with me, maybe I shouldn't, but how many times have I underestimated the power of that financial authority? And that's what happened, right? So we went EFP, futures went boom, and I went, uh-oh, and we went higher, and then whoosh. I'm like, they did it again. So I'm saying that this needs to be on your radar. And if you see it snapping here this time, this has been doing this little backwardation thing for so long now that the demand seems never ending. Of course, it's never ending until it ends. You and I both know that, right? But this is no longer a one-time thing. It's a chronic thing. And I think when you take that mechanical aspect that I just overly explained and combine it with the East and the West splitting, the East is physical commodities, not necessarily silver, but physical commodities. The West is futures and financial commodities. If the world is an Exeter pyramid, gold and silver are near the bottom, and all the financializations on the top. You pull silver out of the ground, you make solar panels, and you upcharge all these things. But if you can't get access to the physical and the futures are going to break. That's what happened on the LME with nickel. That's what happened. Somebody said, you know what? I'm not going to honor this future anyway because I don't think they're going to make delivery. That could happen in Western exchanges too, although I don't think it will. I think they'll shut it down beforehand. So the East and West split of physical versus financial, the leverage on $20 billion, this is Zoltan, the leverage on $20 billion of natural gas in Europe is $2 trillion of their economy. So they import $20 billion of natural gas, and $2 trillion of financial deals is done on the back between intermediaries. I mean, it's not like that in silver, but the point is, you at least should have a hiccup that I'm describing here. The question is, will it be allowed to bleed, or will something else take us off the grid? Off the grid. The other thing is, if the demand is moving to the east, and it is, and the supply is in the west, then the price is going to be lower here than it is there. And we're also seeing that Shanghai is trading at a bigger premium than normal to the west. There's always a little bit of a premium because of salesmen. So we are really bifurcating. Talk about the K economy. Remember that? You know, the stocks are going, the upper middle class is doing fine, and the lower middle class is getting killed. Well, now it's like, you know, the price of oils, the price of natural gas is going up, and the price of your fourth TV is going down. We don't need a fourth TV.
Right.
So what I'm trying to drive home here is that a physical shortage of silver above ground is being factored into the market at the spot level. And this will stay kind of wacky as long as the funds in the US still believe that it's going down. So they'll keep selling it and saying they're basically picking up pennies in front of a steamroller, or nickels in front of a steamroller. But the physical guys that are buying, these aren't guys that are going to sell. So all I'm saying is, at these prices, with this big of a flip in that spread, there's going to be a crisis. And the crisis will be a fund blowing up, a fabricator has a problem, a producer, okay? It ends with producers, by the way, in the US. It ends with the producer can't make delivery, and he has to take a year's worth of production and roll it the other way. That's what Buffett did. So the crisis that could come, and I don't mean to say it's going to happen tomorrow, but I think we're in a slow boil for silver. If we collectively, as investors and as owners and as people who have been through the good times as well, can be a little bit patient and just know that there will be a gold standard of some form again in the world. That will happen very soon. 2 to 3 years, it's going to be on the ballot. Silver benefits as well, because once you have in a big way, once you have a gold standard, you'll have a restriction on gold. They'll tax or something, but you can't do that with silver because it's so industrial. So the gold silver ratio will probably go like 200 to 1, 200 and then it'll go back to 50, something crazy like that. So I think, that's why they call it poor man's gold, because if they make gold illegal, you'll all still own silver. And, look at JP Morgan's position. They're long silver and short contracts. So if this were to happen, all JP Morgan has to say, and anyone like them has to say, is we can't make delivery. It's spoken for, that silver. And the COMEX then says, we're suspending physical delivery. And then you have this happen. You have everything goes up, and then the futures drop. And so you have to have your physical if that's the case. That's what's going on. I think this spread has been persistent, too high for too long. Yes, it could go away, but as long as it stays there, I'm a buyer before I'm a seller. Hope that helps.
Yeah, I appreciate you digging into that, because we see a lot of the paper selling, which is what's pricing the COMEX, and we hear reports not just of the certainly of that retail customer you mentioned, although again, seeing there's a divergence between retail silver and industrial silver, with
Right.
industrial being the bigger part, but we see demand there. And
Right.
then mix in, is there going to be a monetary premium for silver? And I guess that's one thing that we talked about a little bit before we hit the recording button, where never imagined there'd be so much money printed, yet it could be diverted into certain asset classes. And do you see an environment where you do have gold filling some role as money at whatever price that is? Does silver piggyback along with that?
Yeah, it does. It does. I think it will be easier for them to control the price of gold than it will be for them to control the price of silver once the cat is out of the bag. The cat's not out of the bag yet, but I think the retail demand for silver will actually explode in China. I didn't realize that they were such big buyers of silver at the retail level, but they are, and it's kind of interesting. Anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, but I just want to say, here, I'll give you something that's going on right now that'll allow us to think about it. If I were a bank or central bank, or a bank handling a central bank's business, and Basel III was enacted, and I had to get my derivatives book in order, I had to have cash or carry, no futures. And I needed the price of gold to go down, or at least stay stable so I can accumulate it. What would I do? Well, I don't want to use the word spoof, but I would put on a gold silver spread. I would sell silver to buy gold, sell silver. And I've traded these ratios. I trade this. And believe me, banks trade it as well for reasons I'll get into another time. But the silver is the tail. And so when you look at the market now, I'm the bank. I need to buy gold. How can I get it down? How can I get some funds to sell me gold? Well, I'll sell silver. The breaking market, silver drops 10 cents. Maybe only gold drops $2, but it drops and someone's selling it, and so I get to buy it. Now, this is very conspiratorial, but I've witnessed it. I've been a part of it as a victim. I've been a part of it as a witness. And I've actually been lucky on the side of the people that were doing the crazy stuff one time in 2011. So that's something that's been in my head, and I've been watching it. And maybe you don't see the price of gold marching up, but you do see the price of gold relative to silver in an orderly, methodical way going up. Simultaneously, you see a large paper short open interest of silver at Bank of America. Why? They don't seem to be nervous about it. And on top of that, for more evidence, JP Morgan a couple months ago, all of a sudden in the US, recategorizes their gold derivatives from FX, which they shouldn't have been there to begin with, but that's another story, into gold.
Right.
And right? So it feels like the West is getting its ducks in a row for a change. And that change is, okay, let's prosecute the JPM guys, high profile, done. Okay, let's get JPM's derivatives back out in the open so we can see it, done. Let's get that gold bought. When the West is done buying gold, the price goes up. And that's when they have enough gold. And when they have enough gold, that's when they probably won't care about the price of silver because they're buying that as well. And whoever has those billion contracts that are short will just say, we're not going to honor it. I mean, that's my paranoid example, but that's why I think that this is a big deal. That's why I think that silver will just become an incredibly volatile proxy on gold. But I'm long more silver than I am gold, and I trade both commodities in futures, both sides. So that's it. I think silver goes to like 50 to 1 when this is over, but it could go to 100, 150 to 1 first. So when gold is remonetized, silver will explode. How's that? That's my soundbite. When gold is remonetized, silver will explode. That's it.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Man, there's so many things that were covered in that video with a guest on Chris Marcus's show. I agree. This is something I've been saying, that the markets are being manipulated while the powers that be try to store up in as much gold and silver as possible. I like what he's having to say. We're seeing manipulation, but we also knew that the comics in the LBNA as well as the United States have been trying to put their ducks in a row. They're trying to cover as much of their ass up as possible. There are tons of distractions out there to keep people from paying attention on what matters the most. And that the fact is that these people are robbing us of our investments. And then they're using it for their own financial gain and positioning themselves financially for what's about to happen. Before I get started, though, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, now is the time to buy the shine. Head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free half ounce of silver. Oh yeah, man, this could not be more fitting. Look at this. All investments in red. And this idiot here taking a selfie with everything in red behind him. I love this picture. I saw it and stole it. I couldn't resist. It's funny because I heard a speech earlier from Kamala Harris talking about all the great things that Democrats have done since Biden's been in office. And I was like, are you seriously trying to sell this crap to the American people? Like they said, since Biden's been in office, gas has gone down about $1. And I was like, did you really just say that? I mean, since he's been in office, it's gone up 3. Just because it's gone down $1, why would you celebrate that? You're still plus $2. So they haven't done anything to make gas prices go down. All they did was cover $1 of their increase since they've been in office. It's just bullcrap. I don't understand how anybody could vote Democrat. Seriously, I just don't get it. These people are all old and senile. You got them crapping their own pants, mumbling their words. They don't know left from right. Half of them sound drunk. It's pathetic. And we have a group of people out there that are actually voting these idiots into office. Anyway, shout out to Chris Marcus as usual. He had Vince Lanci on. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. It was a good video. I will leave the link so you guys can go check out the full video down below in the description. Meanwhile, cryptos are in the red, but it looks like they're starting to rebound just a little. As you can see, all of them going in the same direction at the same time. This drives me crazy about cryptocurrencies. Anyways, Bitcoin at least is still above $20,000, and you got Ethereum above $1,500. But let's get into this. Bitcoin, XRP, why try? It's not going to the moon. It's sucking butt and trying to be part of the New World Order. But I'm not so sure how carried away they're going to allow this crypto to go, along with Cardano, which is at 47 cents, along with Solana, which is at $33.64, along with Polkadot, which is at $7.18, and Polygon right down below it at 86 cents, all part of this New World Order movement. Dogecoin's at 6 cents. It hasn't done anything for so long, I'd forgotten that it even exists. The same with Shiba. It's still the same, 4 zeros, 1, 2. I guess it being stagnant is better than losing its value. Terra Classic, people were panicking just a little. I was like, why are you panicking? This is what cryptos do. You can't keep expecting it to run up as much as it did in such a short period of time. But it is at 30348. And by the way, the burning mechanism or the burning tax has now been implemented. you're going to start seeing the amount of cryptocurrencies in supply drop. Think supply and demand. So Luna is going to go up. So don't be fooled by what you see in the market. Luna Classic at 30348. Satam is at 201714. Man, every time it starts to do anything at all, whatever is going on with this cryptocurrency, it is just pathetic to watch. As soon as it starts to make any real gains out there in money, all of a sudden you'll see a huge dump. Here we go again right here. Satam is sitting there at 2018, and then boom, it's down to 2017. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it's just a pain in the butt to watch. But I'm still haven't given up on it. I just sit on it as usual. But if you look at the past 7 days, it has been maintaining in the green. Anyway, Satama, 0.2017. Silver making its move. It's at $19.34 and heading up as usual towards the $20 mark. But you heard what Vince said with Chris Marcus. I kind of have that same feeling that they're going to allow silver to really jump up in value and then use that money to buy more gold at a cheaper price. You can see right here that silver was almost at $20, and then all of a sudden there was a 60-cent drop. Go figure. So silver and gold are going to continue to be manipulated as long as the powers that be continue to try to do what they can, hoard as much of these two metals as possible, and you should be doing the same. Don't let the boredom fool you. Don't let the boredom distract you. Don't let their price going up and down in slight amounts hypnotize you into doing something stupid. Hold on to your precious metals. It's going to pay off in the end. Anyways, silver at $19.34 an ounce. Meanwhile, gold at $1,703.10. Earlier today, it was down in the 1600s. Or right around the same time that we've seen silver get screwed with, you could see gold as well. Gold started to make a run, was at $1,731, and then magically dropped all the way down to $1,696. That's not any small drop by any stretch of the imagination. Anyways, it has leveled off. They're going to continue to screw with gold only because there is a lot of central banks jockeying for it. And I'm starting to get the good feeling that forget central bank digital currency, we might actually find our way over to the gold standard. Anyways, gold at $1,703.10. Look, if you don't physically have it, you don't own it. But if you do got a lot of it and you want it to be stored, go make sure you store it over there with our friends at Money Metals Exchange. If the bad man, Uncle Sam, comes after your precious metals, they'll make sure that it gets shipped off to you as quickly as possible before the boogeyman comes. Gold and silver is the safest bet for you. A lot of you have moved a part of or all of your IRAs, 401ks into precious metals, as you should, in my opinion. Doing what you can to protect your money. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. Let me know what you think. I look forward to your comments, and I will catch you later. I'm out.